Yes, hi all. Now we are going to see about external variables. Okay, so what does the name imply to you? External variables. So when you see external variables, it means what all you can understand from this. External variables are declared externally. What do you mean by externally? Somewhere outside. That is, I'm going to declare it globally. Okay, so I'm going to declare it globally, right? That means when I declare a variable globally, it can be used in any part of my program. Yeah, that's what we call it as a global variables. So global variables are variables which can be used globally wherever I require. Okay, that's what we call it as external variables or global variables. So if you remember, local variables are variables which can be used only in the block where it is declared, right? They are local to the particular block because it's declared inside that block. Okay, so whereas external variables are declared externally, it can be used anywhere in my program. That's the reason for using external variables. And I'm going to use external variables, I can avoid passing values to a function, no, because no, it's anyway that variable is applicable everywhere. So I need not pass it to a function and so on. So if I am okay with just making the variable public, I can use external variable. Or for some other reasons, if I require, I can use external variables. Okay, so when I talk about external variables, by default, the value is going to be 0. The scope of the variable is in the program. Only when the program terminates, the variable also goes off. And the lifetime of the variable is the entire program. The scope is throughout the program, right? So external variables, number 1, by default the value is 0 if it is not initialized to any other value. Number 2, the scope is throughout the program. It can be used anywhere in the program if it is declared properly. Number 3, the lifetime is till the program lives. The variable also lives. Okay, now let me just try to write a program for that. So first let me have a function called void. Okay, let me explain to you. Now let me say I wanted to print external variable. I'm going to declare an external variable. So let me tell you ex. Okay, ex is going to be my external variable, right? Now I have not declared ex. Okay, so let me declare int ex here. Then let me have main. Now I'm going to call the function here, right? This is what the program is. I think you'd have some idea about it, but still let me just a minute. So let me run this program and check it out. Haha, compilation failed due to following errors. You can see here implicit declaration of function printf. So I've used printf, but what is not missing here? Hash include. So let me include stdio.h. Okay, let me try to run this. Now again there is some error. What is that error? See here, ex undeclared. Can you understand here? What is happening here? Ex is declared after the function, right? But ex is used within the function. So we always know that a variable can be used only after its declaration. Here you can see the variable is being used only after that it's being declared. Okay, so I wanted to make this ex variable as an external variable, as a global variable. So what I can do here is I can just write extern int ex. Okay, so I've declared this ex here, but I've made it as an external variable by declaring it here inside the function. Now let me try to run this. Here, return type defaults to int, right? Fine. Here, this is what it will accept here. Okay, so when you see here, just a minute. So when you see here, the output is 0, right? So you can see here, now we don't get any error. You declared EX outside any block. It's not declared inside a block. If I declare inside a block, it becomes local variable to that block. So I've declared it outside. Okay. Now, wherever I wanted to use this variable, I'll make it as external variable, extern int EX. Okay. So if I want to use this EX before this declaration statement, I will have to use extern. Is that clear? Now, when you see here, the variable is initialized to 0. That's what we are trying to print here. Fine. Now, let me do some here. Let me make EX equal to 10. Okay. So, I'm changing the value of EX inside the function. Okay. Now, after calling the function, let me try to print it inside the main also. Let us see what is happening. Yes. So, what happens? First, the function is being called. It goes here. EX becomes 10. 10 is printed, right? Now, after that, what happens? The next printf statement prints EX. Again, a 10 is printed. So, what do you understand? It's a global variable. The variable is going to be the same throughout the program. So, wherever I do any modifications or anything to that variable, it gets reflected throughout. Correct? Is that clear for you? Yes, this is what we call it as external variables. Right? So, external variables are declared somewhere outside the block and they can be made external. Say for example, let me give you an example here. Instead of writing like this. Okay. Now, I just wanted to give int EX here. Okay. Let me remove this int EX here from here. I have declared it here. Right. Now, when I run this, the same thing will happen, right? Now, do we need this extern variable declaration here? Just think and tell me. No, because it has been used, it has been declared, only then it's being used. Are you following it? Yes. So, what happens here is, in this case, if I'm going to put this as extern int EX, it becomes redundant. You don't require it at all because it's already a global variable. So, you will be using extern only if you are accessing the variable. After that, you are declaring the variable, right? Is that clear for you? If I'm going to use extern, say for example, let this be as it is. No problem, there is no mistake, but still it is not required because anyway you declared it only before that. Only then you are using it. So you don't require this extern at all in this case. Okay, it's waste, right? So, first thing, external variables are global variables. They can be accessed anywhere inside the program. Their lifetime is till the program exists. They also exist. Okay, now if I am using that extern variable, before declaring, I will have to include a statement called extern data type, the variable name. Okay, it's just to say to the compiler that such a variable exists. Is it clear? Variable is the same. I'm just informing the compiler that there's a variable externally. Right? This is what I call about external variables.